So women are ripping men off and getting wealthy as they do it using a multitude of new scams. This is why men are going their own way. Today's video comes from the Please Act Right channel. His channel will be linked in the description, so you can go check him out and support him. Guys, watch to the end of the video to fully understand the implications of this, how these women are scamming men, why they're doing it, how they're getting wealthy, and why this is only going to further create more division between men and women going forward. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
Hey, this is Raul of Please Act Right. Fellas, these women know how to get money from a man one way or the other. Pay attention to how they're getting money from men nowadays. Don't fall for it.
Okay, I need to know. Where are the men at that like curvy women? Where are they at? Because I don't feel any love. I feel no love. Ugh.
That video got 6,000 comments from men.
If I asked you to go out on a date, would you go out with me? Would you go out with me? What do you need to know? Why don't you let me know what you need to know
I need to know if you're gonna pay for the date.
and just tell me yes or no. What else do you need to know about me before you'll go out with me?
Now, how many men are gonna turn her down? She already knows that the vast majority of men are gonna do whatever it takes to go out with her. So why is she making this video? That video got 9,000 comments within 2 days. From who? Men.
Okay, tell me the truth. What is it about single moms that makes you guys run for the freaking hills? What the hell?
Well, here's why.
Oh, look at Daddy.
He's not my dad, Mom.
Ava.
My dad is in jail and I miss him.
Well, how did I fix this shit then?
That's one reason why. Because it's a thankless job.
My dad is in jail and I miss him. Oh my gosh. I'm telling y'all, that's some hard stuff right there. This is why men have to wake up and realize that she was never yours. It was just your turn. And even if you try to develop a relationship with her kids, they are not your kids and they will never be your kids. You are just subsidizing some other man's kids. Okay? And the funny thing is that after you raise those kids and you put everything into those kids and you give those kids your resources and all of your love, they then turn around later in life and go find their biological father and spend time with that dude because they feel like, you know what? You're not really my father. You know, my father is this dude. This is who I look like. This is who brought me into this world. So it doesn't matter what you've done for me. You know, thanks a lot. Thanks for nothing. But I'm going to go chill with this dude because they have that same nature as him. You have to remember, this is the dude that was nasty. This is the dude that, you know, your mother went and ran off with. And he's a very low character. So these kids, you know, they have very much the same personality as this terrible dude and as the you know, the mother that raised them. So of course they're going to betray you. It's a sad reality. These men have to stop doing it, but you know, a lot of men don't want to learn their lessons. There's some dudes who keep on simping and they learn the hard way, but then you have to remember there are the simps who this is a choice for them. For a lot of men, this is a choice. For simps, this is a choice. Simps are predators. Simps are 100% predators. A man who knows, you know, the truth, who has red pill knowledge, but continues to do this type of stuff, that's a predator. Because they choose to continue pushing this behavior out there. Guys, think about what simps get, okay? We often think, oh, well, a simp is suffering. These men are getting taken advantage of. No, they're not. There are some men, there are different stages of simping. They're the men who, stage one. This is how I'll define it. Men who, you know, they don't really know. They don't have red pill knowledge, or they have very limited red pill knowledge. And maybe these are genuinely nice and kind guys. And do they want something out of the relationship? Of course, everyone does. But they at least try to be nice, and they've been conditioned by society to be nice and good men, and they get taken advantage of. And sometimes they even hurt others as a result of their ignorance. Stage two, you have men who they do have red pill knowledge, but they choose to remain simps. Okay? And in this stage, what can you really do? Because you're making a conscious decision to remain a simp, regardless of what's happening. And a lot of these guys are like the echo chamber vets. They refuse to change their ways. And then, of course, you have stage 3, the opportunists. These men clearly know what they're doing, and they refuse to change because they have everything to gain. These are the guys who will deliberately go around and say things like tell women that they are victims, that they have to be very careful of the men that they hang around, that they have to, that masculinity is a bad thing, and they need men who are more in touch with their feelings and that will open up, and men that cry. All of that garbage. These men are the co-creators of modern feminism. I just want you to understand this. They are the co-creators of modern day feminism. They are the co-creators of women's liberation movement. We often talk about the women who were involved in first, second, and third wave feminism. All right? We never talk about the men who were involved because they don't want you to know. Feminism could never have happened, or the way that feminism has happened, because true feminism is egalitarianism. All right, so even first wave feminism was not true feminism. None of these things could have ever happened unless the simp facilitated it, unless men allowed it to happen, and not only allowed it to happen, but fought for it to happen. The simps have always been about silencing masculine men, silencing most men so that they can take control of society. When you look at these companies, who are the kind that have gone woke? Who are the kinds of men that are at these companies? Who are the kinds of men that are, with purple and pink hair and that are and that have become X-Men? It's the Sims. It's how they survive. Okay? By tearing down men, tearing down society, tearing down masculinity, telling women that they are victims, they are powerful victims, while men are pathetic villains, and the only ones that can protect them from these terrible men are them, the simp, because they are the only good man. So now these men who would never get access to women, who would basically be pushed out of every male space in the past, are given access to wealth and resources because they're the ones who are now allowed to work at these companies. Okay, at these companies that have gone woke, that they've pushed for. And now women are running to marry these guys, getting involved with these men who have no masculinity, but are now the safe bet. So these are men who should never have been in relationships in the first place. So they get access to money and women and resources for betraying men and masculinity.
But you already knew that, didn't you? That video got 7,500 comments from men.
If you're in your 50s or 60s, I have a question. Would you still marry me even though I'm only 27 and you had to do me 3 to 4 times a day? Be honest.
That video got 19,000 comments in 2 days from men.
I just want to know, do I look inappropriate for work? My dress code is a polo and dress pants for jeans, no rips. I'm dressed appropriately. However, I was called into the office because I don't have the right body shape. I cannot help my body shape.
These women know exactly what they're doing. When they go on social media and they start crying or they make these videos, they're looking for the white knight to come in and save them and say, "Oh, you poor thing. You're perfect just the way you are." So they start giving these women attention. They start giving these women time. And then, of course, what these women do is they have an Instagram page, they have their Cash App, so they're getting attention from these men. They can pick and choose from the men that they want, so they can pick and choose from the simps that they want. And then, of course, the other ones, they're not going to let them go. All right? They'll start an OnlyFools. They'll start some other private way of, extracting some other private service. It could be a Fansly. It could be anything out there. It could be a Patreon that's, for adult content only. And then they'll start posting their stuff on there. And they'll start extracting wealth and resources from these men, or they become just straight up influencers if they're able to. And then they have a large male following and they start posting these pictures on Instagram, and the simps are feeding off these pictures, and then they get sponsors and they start making their money off sponsors, or, and they get into the influencer economy. And now suddenly you have a person who really is not very intelligent, is not very interesting, is actually quite boring and shallow, making all of this money from the simp economy. But here's the thing. When it comes to the in-person simp economy, most of that economy is moving overseas. That's why you have the Philippines and Thailand. These were once great places for men to go and find wives. That's not the case anymore. Men are being scammed and ripped off rapidly in the Philippines. You had a foreigner who was basically taken by he was he was taken by some men who were pretending to be police in the Philippines. And as so far, I haven't heard anything about them finding him. Evidently, they did find a BODY and pulled it out of the sea. And it was of a Caucasian man. I saw the video, but it was pretty gruesome. But the thing is, we don't actually know if it was actually him. The guy that they pulled out of the water was wearing like a different color underwear. They asked what color underwear was he wearing. They asked his wife. His wife was a Filipina. She claimed black or dark, but we don't know if that's really the case. And this is the thing. He was trying to be a YouTuber. He was watching guys on YouTube that were doing the whole Philippines lifestyle, and he ended up going to a part of the Philippines that was pretty dangerous, trying to live very cheap there with his wife, and he ended up in this situation. And a lot of people say he should have known better. The thing is, when you're a man and you don't really travel the world, you don't really know much. And you don't realize just how much people are targeting you. You don't realize that people are looking for you. And then evidently he was also like started loaning money. He was doing some stupid stuff over there. And I'm not going to completely knock him because, again, when you are a man and you don't really travel, you don't know the world, you start trying everything and anything and hoping something sticks. But sometimes things don't work out. This is one of the reasons why I tell you guys that you need to know how to travel safely. Don't forget to check out, my the Angry Academy, because we got some great stuff over there. It's actually really designed to help you when you're traveling in the world. Because I am a seasoned traveler. It's crazy what's actually happening here. And guys, if you are enjoying the content on this channel, go and check out the Angry Guy Academy. Inside, you'll get exclusive videos, top tier travel tips, digital nomad guides, passive income strategies, pop culture and geek culture commentary, and hard-hitting manosphere content on gender dynamics, dating, and relationships. Free subscribers have access to videos, podcasts, articles, and the community chat. Plus, receive the passive income blueprint and digital nomad blueprint just for joining. Paid subscribers unlock even more value, including exclusive guides like the How to Build an Online Business in 24 Hours ebook, wealth building blueprints, and crypto updates. Join us today by clicking the link in the description and take your journey to the next level.
But you can help the size of the clothes that you wear to fit your body shape.
I got a verbal because of my body shape, and I was told I need to wear bigger clothes. I don't appreciate being body shaped.
Well, for the people in the balcony, like her, who just don't get it, it's their company and you have to follow their rules. But please understand, you don't have to. You could just easily quit. I worked for UPS for 35 years and we had to wear that brown uniform whether we liked it or not. If you didn't wear the uniform in the proper manner after you've been warned a couple of times and you didn't comply, they would simply fire you. That video got 12,700 comments. From who? Men.
Hey, so this question is for black men and black men only. So if you're not a black man, please don't respond. Also, please send this to single black men.
Now she wants black men to send the link to the video to other single black men. Why do you think she wants you to do that?
So, black men, if you saw me walking on the street, would you be like, hey, what's up? Or would you be like, nah, keep it pushing? And just disregard the cowboy hat. I just wore the cowboy hat just because it went with my outfit for today. But just want to know, are there any black men out there looking for a black queen? Just anyone, or are you all taken? Just need some clarification. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Think about it very carefully, y'all. You have white men, white liberals condemning black men for having voted for Trump. Okay? A lot of black men, more black men than ever in modern history, voted for Trump. This is completely unheard of. But if you think about it very carefully, Trump, think about this. He has 34 felonies. He has 3 baby mamas. He's been shot and survived it. He has 2 attempts on his life. I mean, and I'm sure there's even some more stuff that I'm missing. So when you realize, and you could just see all the persecution that he's gone through, and when they went after him the first time, he didn't try to run off the stage. He said he wasn't going to be carried off that stage. He said, stop, stop, stop. All right? And he goes, fight, fight, fight. Guys, you don't get more thug life than that. You cannot stop this guy. He shows right then and there that he's never scared. Okay? What do you think that how do you think that makes America look having a leader like that? They try to take him out and he goes straight thug life. If that was Vladimir Putin, he would be rushed off the stage. Hands down. He would be rushed off the stage, hands down. Bro, Trump was pushing the Secret Service off. He told them stop. He was still in the line of sight because he had these women, and I'm not disrespecting them whatsoever, but he had these small women who could not cover him. He was completely exposed still. He refused to get off that stage. All right, he refused to be carried off that stage. He was more worried about his shoes than this dude who was trying to take shots at him. And he goes fight, fight, fight. So when you have men like that, it says a lot about our society. It really, really does. And those are the kinds of men that people want to represent them.
She means she needs some validation and more views. If you haven't figured it out yet, stick around and I'll explain to you what they're doing.
Men, chime in. Would you date a woman who makes more money than you? And this is for the 40 and over crowd.
I'll tell you exactly what they're doing. They're advertising and they're waiting for Sims to jump on it.
After the first few days, that video got 14,382 comments from men. By the fourth day, it was at 38,458 comments. And the vast majority were from who? You guessed it, men.
This is for all my black men. If you're a black man watching this video, I hope you have a great day. I love you. I love black men so much. And I hope you have an amazing day. I love y'all. I love black men. Y'all are kings.
Y'all, MWA is no joke. MWA is men walking away. Men walking away encompasses MGTOW, soft guy era, and all of these other movements and philosophies. MWA is men walking away from the things that they do that are not working for them and choosing from their options. So basically, MWA is men with alternatives. All right? Men with alternatives, men with options. Some men choose to go MGTOW and avoid relationships and society as a whole and only do as much as they have to do to survive and thrive and no more. Other guys become passport kings and they walk their butts overseas and they find someone overseas, or if they do go overseas, they may not even be looking for a relationship because there are some MGTOWs who are going overseas, but they're not going over there to get married and they're not going over there to date. They're going over there to chill and to walk away from the garbage that's happening in the West. They have no interest in dating. They have no interest in society, but they don't want to be a part of American society or Western societies anymore. You have the guys who are going over there to find wives and girlfriends, and they're choosing from their best alternatives, compared to sticking around in the West. And of course, again, you can still find a good woman overseas. And if you want to date, your only options are overseas. No man should be dating in Western society right now. Forget marriage is already dead, but no man should be dating in Western society, period. And of course, you have the guys who are also in their soft guy era, and they're saying, that's my best option. I'm just going to focus on me and all me. I'm going to pamper myself. I'm going to put myself first. If a woman wants to be in my life, she needs to bring something of value to it because I am the prize. So now all of these men are walking away, and what do you have? A multitude of black women trying to drag these men back using visual representation and visual stimulation, shaming black men, putting them down, all of that stuff. It wasn't working, all right? And now these men have walked away. They realize MGTOW has worked. Being a passport king has worked. They realize all of these things have worked. And now they're like, black men, we're only talking to black men because these men are gone. All they have is Pookie now. Pookie and Poncho. Pookie and Poncho.
See how she flipped the script? Not too long ago, we were broke and dusty, but they figured out how to trick you into making the money by saying what men want to hear. That video got 1,200 comments in less than 4 hours. Here's a question. Do you think she says the same thing when she turns that camera off?
Y'all know what I'm absolutely ready for? I'm ready to marry a good, hard-working, country, good-looking, faithful man. I want to be submissive, cooking and cleaning, doing whatever he want me to do.
Boy, she sure making it sound real good, ain't she?
Y'all have to be a simp to fall for this, guys. You men would have to, you have to be a real simp. Oh, guys, listen to me. I told y'all women were gonna pull this crap. I told y'all they were gonna pull this crap. All right. Did I not talk about the great collapse? I thought it was gonna happen in 2020, but something else happened in 2020 and it delayed things. All right. I called it the great collapse, the great V collapse. All right. The great V collapse of 2020. Something else happened. All right. But you know, we're moving right back in that. We're picking up where we left off. And women are seeing that men are leaving. Men are disappearing from society. There is scarcity occurring. Sure, they can jump onto the internet and they can find a bunch of simps to worship them and send them wealth and resources. And that's what they're really trying to do. They're really hunting for simps right now. But finding a man in society is becoming very hard. Men are walking away. Women are helpless in this world without men. Okay? They are. And the thing is, I told you women were going to say that feminism got us everything that we wanted, and now let's fight it together, or rather, let's fight for each other. This is the BS. I called this years ago, like 10 years, guys. All right? I've been on YouTube over 10 years now. Over 10 damn years. And I told you this was going to happen. I told you they were going to come with this absolute load of BS. All right? And guys, the pendulum is beginning to swing. And the thing about it is that very often when these things occur, it's not just like, oh, it's like these gradual little losses. No, it's like all the dominoes just like suddenly fall at one time. Like Trump's re-election, what he's planning to do is massive, guys. It's like all the chips falling at one time. They're cutting so many programs. They're cutting the welfare state, guys. They're cutting all of those programs that women enjoy. If you're a single woman, you're going to have to provide for yourself. So while the baby boomers for now can still go and enjoy their social security, you know, for single women who don't have children, they're not going to have many options to choose from. Their only real option is a man. Okay? Jobs are beginning to become a thing of the past. Those 9-to-5 jobs, I see you idiots are there fighting with me in the comments who are like, oh, there are plenty of 9-to-5 jobs out there if you want one. That's total BS. These companies are gaslighting people right now. I told you guys years ago that 9-to-5 jobs were going to become those cushy, those comfy 9-to-5 jobs that everyone hates. They're going to become a thing of the past. The gig economy was going to become oversaturated, and we were going to be heading into the creator economy where everyone was going to have to be able to create additional value. Just like how you'd have to learn how to do cold calling, you'd have to learn how to create a YouTube channel, how to build a business and a brand and market yourself, how to work how to become a solopreneur. Basically, a solo entrepreneur. That's what they call them now, solopreneurs, where you're basically a team of one and you build your business, you build your brand, and you do it all yourself. And you hire help along the way when you need it. And that's what most people are going to have to start to learn to do. A lot of you guys refuse to do this. And you're like, I don't care. But when hunger arises, when homelessness arises, you'll change your tune and start blaming the world and society. So everyone needs to be prepared for this major change because we're heading into a whole different era. And once people finally start to realize, yeah, we are in a deep, desperate recession and the jobs start to fall out and they realize there are no jobs, people are going to be desperately looking for something, and everyone who prepared is going to be laughing, while those of you that were sitting on cryptos like, oh, I'm not going to do crypto, I'm not going to build a YouTube channel, I'm not going to build a business or a brand, y'all going to be homeless on the streets with a lot of these ladies, living in their cars, living in the woods, living on the streets. Y'all can go hang out with them in the beers.
Get us a nice little house back there in the country somewhere. And we gonna need a truck to carry all, ATVs and four-wheelers.
A truck, ATVs, and a four-wheelers?
And we gonna need a 3-row seat SUV for our 4-5 kids. Nothing too crazy.
A truck, ATVs, and four-wheelers along with 4 or 5 kids. Nothing too crazy.
This woman is looking for a millionaire. This woman is looking for an NBA player. And you know what's very interesting about these women? This is how they roll. Notice how, guys, they tone down the makeup, they cover her up. Guys, you don't even know how many tattoos she has. A lot of these women, they're out here, they're making these videos and like talking about trying to badmouth other women, saying, "Oh yeah, these women who chose, women's liberation, these are bad women." Me, I like to cook and clean. I like to make food for men. If you're around me, there's always going to be food. And it's like you look at them and they can't even cover up their tattoos. Like they're trying to cover up their chest, and it's like, bro, you have like a I can see that you have a tattoo all the way down. Like you have a giant chest tattoo, like covering your boobs. Like like even your boobs are tatted up, bro. And when I say, I'm not talking like a puppy like a little puppy stamp on one boob. No, 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 no. Like they have like a big chest tattoo, like 50 Cent. All right, they're walking around with 50 Cent chest tattoos, like all the way up and down their abdomen, everything. All right, like everything, piercings. I mean, come on, bro. It's like, what is up with you? You look like a freaking gang member, and now you found the Lord, and you want a good man, and men need to step up and be a good man and a godly man, and you want to talk to me about Jesus, and Jesus has a plan, and he wants me to have a family, and he wants me to. After I worked so damn hard to get to this point in my life, guys, men are going into their soft guy era. What, guys? Soft guy era is very, very real. It's not a game. It's really, really serious because so many men have spent decades serving society, giving themselves to society, giving themselves to women, giving their resources to women. Hashtag, delete all men. Hashtag, give your money to women. These were things that actually happened. All right. And then the most famous hashtag M2. Men are tired of this garbage, being told that they need to serve society, serve women, serve Sims. That's what they were doing, serving Sims. So men are now basically entering into their selfish guy era where they're putting themselves first and they're saying that they want to be put first. If a woman wants to be in their life, what does she do for them? What has she brought to the relationship? What has she done for them lately? Because with a woman, it doesn't matter what you've done for her over the course of 20, 30, 40, or even 150 years. The only thing that matters is what have you done for her lately? I am not exaggerating. I am being completely accurate. It doesn't matter if you were good to her for 150 years. I'm being completely serious, guys. All right? The only thing that matters is what have you done for her lately? Women don't look back and say, you're a good man. I'm not saying all women are like this, but the vast majority, especially in modern society, in Western society, they are only looking at what have you done for them lately. And what men are doing now is they're saying, okay, well, you gave us the playbook. You taught us how to do this. So sis, what have you done for me lately? What value have you brought into my life lately? And if she cannot provide, if she cannot deliver, then there's no reason to be with her. Because the average man can live happily in a shoebox at the side of the road. The average woman cannot. And if men are no longer going to be subsidizing the living of women, and you've got Elon cutting off. Elon has already said that Americans should expect to go through a short period of hardship. Like, they're not playing around. He's saying like already that he's going to cut $2 trillion. Elon just opened up the Department of Government Efficiency. All right, named after his favorite cryptocurrency, Doge, and it will operate outside of the government. There's no government oversight for this agency. This agency is the government oversight, and they are extremely powerful. They're going to be chipping away at all of the social safety nets that women rely upon, especially single women. And guys, women don't have anywhere to turn to. Now they're looking for men, black men to come and rescue them, white men to come and rescue them. That's a joke right now. These men have already left and they're not looking back. They're with some Filipina.
And you know who she wants to pay for all of this, right?
He outside on the grill. I'm inside making the sides, getting ready for a little family gathering, while the kids running around in the backyard. He happy, I'm happy. We both in love. The kids are good and well taken care of, and God is in the midst of it all. Glory. Y'all, I can't wait. If you want it, manifest it. Pray for it, and it's yours.
Y'all hear her talking about God, God this, God that. Y'all, you better keep my father's name out your mouth. You better keep my father's name out your mouth, trying to use my father to trap men. Y'all, this is the BS I keep telling y'all about. This is why I say the streets lead to the church leads to the streets. So stay off the streets and out of the church. It's a vicious cycle. Only fools leads to the church. Only fools leads to the streets. The streets leads to only fools. All right? It's a vicious cycle. They all lead right back to one another. It's psychotic. All right? And this is what women get. This is how where women find themselves, and then they want a good man to come and rescue them, and then they'll start talking about God immediately, as though they are like a beacon of light, and God put women here to be our helper, and we're not supposed to fight. We're supposed to create harmony together. Why wouldn't you try to create harmony? 10, 15 years ago. Why weren't you trying to create harmony 5, 6 years ago when M2 came out? What were you doing back then? What were y'all doing just a couple of months ago? What were y'all doing just a couple of weeks before Trump got elected? Y'all, do you see this BS? Trump just got elected, y'all. Trump just got elected. Bro, it hasn't even been a week yet. It hasn't even been a week and a half yet. That man got elected guys, that man got elected. Just got elected. That man just got elected. And this is what they're doing. All right? The dust hasn't even settled yet. Been like a week and a half. Not even a week and a half. And they're already out here on social media like, I'm looking for a good man, because they know that goose is cooked. They know that goose is cooked. They know right now. And they will use the church to try to trap a man and try to drag a man back. All right? They try to use God. You have to be careful of that. You see, don't forget, Jesus does not define the church as a place. He doesn't define it as a building. He doesn't define it as a religion or an organization. The church, as Jesus defines it, is simply a gathering of believers in Jesus Christ. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, let there be God. And you can also be a church of one, because many times in life you will be alone. But if you come before God and you commune with God, then you are in church. You see, a church is when you are simply in the presence of God. That is all. And these modern day organizations, they turn you away from God faster than anything else. And these Christians, many of them, they believe that they are better than you. They believe that they are the ones who are going to be saved because they have a closer relationship to God than you. It's funny. I caught MK Fitness. He's going to be on again, hopefully sometime soon. And we talked about this. That's a lot of these Christians. They feel like they know more, like they're more spiritually connected to God than some of us. Let me tell y'all something. I know God, and I know God from pain and suffering. I don't need the Bible to teach me about God. I don't need a pastor or anyone else. I don't need a simp to teach me about God. I learned about God from pain and suffering and darkness. And the only person that will be there with you in a time of hardship and despair. That's how I found God. And that's how most people often find God. But you're not going to find God from others. You can find people trying to guide you and pull you in their direction and trying to indoctrinate you. And that's what often leads a lot of people away from the church, or the modern church, and away from God, saying that you're feeling like God is a tyrant and God is extremely demanding. And the reality is God doesn't demand any of these things from you. It's the church that's demanding these things from you. And these people are the worst sinners out there. The same people that are lecturing you about God and demanding and all of this stuff, they're out there in the streets. Out there, and many of us had these fathers, all right? They would warm the bench and they would torment us. And then, they were out there in the streets using the church as a place to pick up women and all this other BS. It was at stealing from the church, and it shouldn't even call it stealing. It was just getting their cut because they were all doing it. Everyone was in on it. This is how these people operate. These are some bad people. These are some real bad, shiesty people. This is why men are going their own way.
And they all lived happily ever after. Not, but she sure made it sound good, didn't she? So if you haven't figured out what they're doing yet, here it is. The more comments they get, the more views they get. The more views they get, the more money they make. They turn on their camera and ask a simple question that they already know the answer to. And they'll make a lot of money because men are falling for it. This is why I make these type of videos. Fellas, pay attention to how you respond to these women in these videos. If you want them to be rich, by all means, leave a comment. If you don't believe that they can make a lot of money going viral, check this video out.
One thing about it, LeBron James is going to recognize me at a game every single time.
Now for copyright issues, because of the music, I have to turn the sound off and freeze the frame every now and then.
Come to this game with me and see if I'm tripping. But here's my outfit I'm putting together, and it came out bomb.
Now remember when I said they'll try to get your money one way or another? So is she trying to get LeBron James' attention because she wants to get with him?
Y'all, my seat was right next to where he sits on the bench. And y'all, look, am I tripping? Am I tripping?
Or is she just trying to get views on her TikTok channel? Or is it both?
So I'm just watching the game. He is killing it. I think he put up like 40 points. He balled out. But look right here. Y'all, look, did he not just stare in my eyes?
Now ask yourself very carefully, how are these women affording tickets like this? Like a lot of these women, they don't have any money starting out. So how are they getting the money to even do these things? You're thinking, well, oh, they made money from social media already and blah. A lot of these guys, don't be surprised if she's already there with some other dude. She found a simp to pay for her, spend a ton of money for her to go to this game. All right. Took her to this game, bought floor seats, spent $10, $20, $30,000 for this so that she could sit on the floor and look at LeBron James and make these videos so that she can go and put them up on TikTok and make money off that so that it looks like she's living a luxurious life. You see her going to these restaurants and eating well at these restaurants. How is she affording this? She's not spending money on any of this stuff, y'all. She has a man with her. You don't see the dude because she doesn't allow you to see him. All right? She's using very strange camera angles, cutting certain things out. So you don't see the dude paying for all of this stuff. He goes to the bathroom, or she tells him, oh, could you go and grab me so-and-so? And him being like a simp, he doesn't realize that she's just using that time to take her shots, line her shots up and everything else. She is using him. So then she can pretend that she's living a life that she can't even afford. All right? She's pretending that she's living a life that that she's earned. She hasn't earned it. All right? She hasn't earned any of it. It's all for the internet. And it's so funny because I warned some of y'all. I help so many of y'all, and I tell y'all about how these women will take advantage of you, how the church will take advantage of you. And y'all, you don't want to you don't donate, you don't support me over in the Angry Guy Clubhouse, you don't do any of these things. And then after your lives are destroyed and you've lost all of your money, then you want to come back and look to angry old Uncle Angry. Oh, Uncle Angry, they hurt me, you know? Yeah, Uncle Angry, you want to come to me, and you want to come to me and find solace in me and comfort in me. When you were when you were out here talking crap to me, and now you don't have anyone else, right? All roads lead back to Uncle Angry. Really, all roads lead to God, but all roads lead back to Uncle Angry. All right, they lead back to the message. I am not God, but I will give you the message. I will let God speak through me. I am not perfect. I don't get everything right, but I do the best I can. And I share my knowledge. I share my wisdom from my experiences and the experiences of other men. And I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all are jokers. A lot of y'all are jokers. If you guys support what I am doing, if you like what I'm doing, if you want me to keep on doing what I'm doing, head over to the Angry Guy Clubhouse. It's linked in the description of the video. Go sign up for the Angry Guy Clubhouse. Become a paid subscriber on the Angry Guy Clubhouse. Support me that way. Help me to continue putting out this content for others. We're about to get a Discord channel going for you guys, so you'll be able to, talk to me on Discord. I don't know, guys. It's ridiculous. These women are out here trying to tempt men, act like they're virtuous and virgins. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. And women are going to find hard times now because men are going into their soft guy era and they're now focusing on themselves and prioritizing themselves. So even as times become hard for women, as long as a man has a roof over his head and a place to sleep, place to poop, and food in his belly, he's happy. Give him a little bit of entertainment, and he doesn't really need much else. There are too many of you that let me know you are happy with a Neo Geo. You're happy with an old Atari. You're happy with a Game Boy. Many of you don't even have a laptop or a computer. Some of y'all like angry now you're going too far. Bro, I know a lot of these men that are watching my videos from the woods. I get in fights with them. I get in fights with these dudes sometimes because I'm like, I'm not going out to the woods. I'm not gonna come hang. Oh, we're nice guys. I don't give a damn what y'all say. I don't want to see you. All right. I don't want to see you in the woods. All right. Keep your butt in the woods. I'll keep my butt in the city. All right. You know, and we're good. Jeez, I'm telling y'all. Mm-mm. Woodsmen. A lot of these woodsmen, they only have a cell phone, and there's some of them are like, you know, they're gonna get rid of the phone soon because they really don't care. That's just how they roll. Well, the average man does not need a lot to survive. A lot of these dudes are literally living in a sardine can at the side of the road and living and loving every single moment of it.
I tried to capture Bron's reaction, but he ain't really give too much.
Good, because LeBron James is married. That video got a little over 2,000 comments, but 19,000 people shared it. Now, look at this comment. This is like stalking a little. And she replies, listen, the way y'all ran this video up, I made $13,000 a day off this. Y'all done paid for my ticket to the next game, LOL. I gotta keep this going for real. Now, I have no way of clarifying if that's how much she actually made, but the point that I'm making in this video up until now is that these women are making money mostly off men because the number of comments, likes, and shares that men are posting. Fellas, you have to remember this one thing. If you want to support a content creator for their work, simply comment, like, and share. But if you don't want that person to make money, just watch the video and scroll on. You're making these women money by commenting, especially the women who ask a simple question when she already knows the answer. Fellas, do not fall for this trick. It's working in their favor. If they want to make money off their content, fine, but let them actually give you something of value for your like and your share. Which brings me to my last point. Not only is this woman trying to become wealthy the lazy way, she has the nerve to post it in a newsletter, writing it directly to rich men.
I'm going to be honest of what I'm going to say here. I'm 25 this year. I'm very pretty, have style, and good taste. I wish to marry a guy with $500,000 annual salary or above. You might say that I'm greedy, but an annual salary of $1 million annual salary is considered only as middle class in New York. Therefore, my requirement is not high. Is there anyone in this forum who has an income of $500,000 annual salary? Are you all married? I wanted to ask. What should I do to marry rich persons like you? Among those I've dated, the richest is $250,000 annual income, and it seems that this is my upper limit. If someone is going to move into the high-cost residential area of New York City, $250,000 annual income is not enough. I'm here humbly to ask a few questions. 1. Where do most rich bachelors hang out? Please list the names and addresses of bars, restaurant, gyms. 2. Which age group should I target? 3. Why are most wives of rich men only average looking? I've met a few women who don't have great looks and are not interesting, but they are able to marry rich guys. 4. How do you decide who can be your wife and who can only be your girlfriend? My target now is to get married. Sincerely, Ms. Pretty.
So the CEO of JP Morgan answered her.
Dear Miss Pretty, I have read your post with great interest. Guess there are lots of women out there who have similar questions like yours. Please allow me to analyze your situation as a professional investor. My annual income is more than $500,000, which meets your requirement. So I hope everyone believes that I'm not wasting time here. From the standpoint of a business person, it is a bad decision to marry you. The answer is very simple, so let me explain. Put the details aside. What you're trying to do is an exchange of beauty and money. Person A provides beauty, and person B pays for it, fair and square. However, there's a problem here. Your beauty will fade, but my money will not be gone without any good reason. The fact is, my income might increase from year to year, but you can't be prettier year after year. Hence, from the viewpoint of economics, I am an appreciating asset, and you are a depreciating asset. It's not just normal depreciation, but exponential depreciation. If that is your only asset, your value will be much worse 10 years later. By the terms we use in Wall Street, every trade has a position, and dating you is a trading position. If the trade value dropped, we will sell it, and it is not a good idea to keep it for the long term, which will be the same with the marriage that you want. It might be cruel to say this, but in order to make a wiser decision, any asset with great depreciating value will be sold or leased eventually. Anyone with over $500,000 annual income is not a fool. We would only date you, but will not marry you. I would advise that you forget looking for any clues to marry a rich guy. And by the way, you could instead work to become a rich person with $500,000 annual income. You might have a better chance at it than finding a rich fool. Hope this reply helps. Signed, JP Morgan CEO.
So what do I want you to take from this video? If a woman is not giving you something of real value in a video or in person, do not like, share, or comment on her video. Just watch the video and scroll on.
Hard times are here for women in Western society. This inflation is nothing to play with, guys. Like, I look at the grocery bill, all right? Like, guys, many of y'all know I used to order McDonald's. I used to order fast food. I was having a good time. Y'all know I'm not doing it anymore. I've got Uber Eats sending me discounts like crazy. Like, bro, here's $15 off your next 3 orders. I'm like, no, bro, I don't want you. I don't want it. I don't want it. Okay, and it used to be like 15. Now it's like 15%. Like, how stupid do you think I am? And they just keep sending them. I'm like, I'm not ordering this stuff anymore. Like, guys, I am done with this stuff. I don't have that kind of money anymore. I don't have money for these people anymore. These are hard times. All right, my money is going towards tangible things, video games and crypto. All right. And by the way, don't forget to check out my crypto academy in the description if you guys want to learn about crypto, because that Bitcoin is now headed to $100,000. It's $90,000 last time I checked. It's headed to $100,000. It is not too late to get on. If you need to start learning about crypto, go and head over to my crypto academy, because I post my top picks for cryptocurrency. I have an introduction to cryptocurrency course over there. I'm posting new courses regularly that you can learn how to use crypto to do banking and business. So if you want to learn about crypto, definitely go and check out the Cryptocurrency Academy. It's linked in the description, guys. I mean, this is why men are going their own way, and women are basically now reeling from it and like, okay, we need to do whatever it takes to get these men to come back, but it's not going to happen. Men are going into their era. All right. It's going to be a new era of selfishness. Men are going to be prioritizing themselves because they've been prioritizing women forever. Women have made themselves so undesirable. Modern women have made themselves so undesirable that men are just losing attraction. You know, and they would rather, even without adult content, a lot of these dudes are not going to go back into relationships. They're going to just focus on their hobbies. Take away video games, men will just create new spaces. Men will just find new hobbies. All right. It's at a hard loss to lose video games. Sure it is. Men will find something else. All right. And the more men walk away from society, the harder it is for women. Men are the protectors of society. We are the gatekeepers of society. We're the gatekeepers of prosperity. We are the gatekeepers of reproduction. Think about this very carefully. One woman can only get pregnant one at a time. All right. You know, a woman gets pregnant, she's done for 9 months, and she needs a man to protect her. If she doesn't have the state to protect her and provide for her, which is how it used to be, they didn't have that. They had to have a man to provide and protect them, which is the reason why they had to be very careful with who they were physically intimate with. But, you know, after birth control came about, and then the state became the provider and protector, they traded in men. They traded in men for the state. Well, now it's different. But now that the state is basically like, yeah, bro, you know, deuces, we're done with you. You know, figure it out for yourself. They don't have the state. They don't have men. What do? They have the streets. They have the streets. They have the woods. They said that they would rather the bear. They would rather choose the bear over the man. Guys, they're just gaslighting everyone too. These women are out here gaslighting men as well. All right, because these idiots are out here watching their videos, helping putting money into their pockets, and you know, it's. Let me tell you something. How did she? If she really made $13,000 that you saw earlier, she didn't make that from TikTok revenue. They don't make that kind of money from TikTok revenue. The way that she made that money would have been through sponsorships, selling her garbage, like her clothing or her pictures on OnlyFools, or like, you know, or through any of these other similar services, you know. and things like that, you know, are directing these idiots over to her Instagram, and then again she's doing sponsored posts, and then she makes a certain amount of money for these sponsored posts. You know, that's how they make their money. They don't actually make any real money through ad revenue on these platforms. The only platform that you're going to make really significant ad revenue in truth is really YouTube. And then I mean, it depends, but like, you know, even like content creators who have like millions of followers on Instagram, not on even, yeah, on Instagram and on TikTok, they are not making that kind of money from ad revenue. Their real money comes from sponsored posts, selling products, and also directing people over to their stores and to their Only Fools and Lonely Fans, and, you know, or where they can go and purchase their used undergarments, which, as sick as it sounds. Guys, what do you think regarding all of this? This is why men are going their own way, and modern women really don't know how to deal with it. So you're going to see more of these videos going up from women like this, but more and more men, you know, the simp economy is limited right now. You're like, there's an unlimited number of simps. No, it's limited. And guys, right now, so many women try to go and do OnlyFools, and they are reeling from it because they failed at it. And they destroyed their names, and that stuff is forever. There's so many girls who put all of their garbage on OnlyFools. They put all of their garbage on OnlyFools, and then, you know, they failed on OnlyFools because they didn't make much money. It doesn't work for most women. They don't succeed at it, and now their stuff is on the internet forever. And OnlyFools is like, oh, we have this amazing service, so we can always remove all of this stuff from the internet. We can DMCA it. But here's the thing: once you've like closed your OnlyFools account down, or it gets shut down, to my understanding, it's going to be very hard to remove all of that stuff. And eventually you might as well give up, because you take it down, it just pops right back up again and again and again. All right? Being on OnlyFools is much worse in reality than having been in the streets and selling stuff and selling it in the streets, because, you know, at least with the streets you can move. With the internet, the internet is forever. Your stuff will always be on the internet. Your trash will always be on the internet. Your business will always be on the internet. It doesn't take much. And employers will always know you've done OnlyFools, because even if you made $5 or $500 or $5,000, they're still going to report it to the state. They're still going to tell the government, oh, this girl made this much money on OnlyFools. So yeah, every employer that you go to is also going to know that you are on OnlyFools. It's going to follow you for the rest of your life. Even if you did not do really much on there, you will always be an OnlyFools model. You will always have that stigma upon you. And it talks about your personality and who you are as a person if you try to go and do something like that. They don't even want you at McDonald's. Let me know what you guys think regarding all of this, guys. If you agree that, you know, women are gonna have to go and find the bear and let the bear take care of them. You know, go find Yogi and Boo Boo and let them hold you down. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA. Men walking away. And cheers.